Hello Wanderers, my name is Stray and welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 roleplay series following House Drengot. And we find ourselves in the midst of two wars on our eastern and western fronts. The one against the Byzantine Empire, where we are attempting to take back the lands of Sicily for the Siculo-Norman cause, and that of a defensive war against a coalition of Muad'Dib rulers that are trying to take back the lands that we had recently gained in the Holy War. So this may seem like a dire situation, but we do have King Tancred II in charge, and though he is not a kind man, he is an excellent strategist and he understands war. And he understands that we are probably going to need to sacrifice a little bit of Sardinia, not to give it up, but that we will not be able to send our troops that way until we deal with the Byzantines. So the castles and the towns and the fortresses here in Iberia will have to look out for themselves for a time while we deal with the Byzantines, and then we can take all of our forces and deal with the Iberians. So that's going to be the plan. And things against the Byzantines are actually going pretty well, as you can see. We almost have them at capitulation, so I don't think it's going to take too much more to finish them off. As you can see, we are also calling in our allies against the Muad'Dib rulers. So that should give us a massive advantage there. So we just finished off the siege of Rossano. And let's see here. How much war score? Yeah, we're not going to get much more from battles. So we will probably need to continue to do a few more sieges here. So I think we are going to head over here to Reggio Calabria and siege this town. Actually, let's quickly go and take down their forces here that are sieging us, just to prevent that. Oh yes, and we do have these are the Knights Hospitaller. And, you know, if we put them in charge, I wonder if they can come here and defend Valencia themselves. They do have a lot of enemy troops coming in. Oh. Well, that was convenient timing. We have captured the Byzantine Emperor, who, if you will remember, has usurped the previous dynasty, Prince Komitas, who took over for his brother who died under, or his father who died under mysterious circumstances. That caused a bit of a rulership change in the empire, and now Emperor Daniel of House Ducas, a very famous lineage, is now in charge of the Byzantine Empire. But he is our prisoner, and we will demand that he turn over these lands to us. So there we go. That was easier than we might have thought. Somebody did point out the reason that we are not able to do the ducal conquest casus belli that we do have on behalf of our wife is because Duke Photios here is actually the one who owns those titles, and so these titles themselves need to be owned by either a woman or someone who is not of the age of maturity for us to press our wife's claims. So that makes a lot more sense. I was really confused as to why that wasn't working, but that makes sense. I thought the highest tier ruler needed to be underage, but not the case, apparently. So lessons learned, but we did claim this little bit of Iberia. Let's grant it out to one of our knights, Prince Animar. We could give it to our son, but he's going to inherit all sorts of titles anyways. We could give it to our knight, maybe. Let's see, who's a good one here? Vinciguara, I remember you. Aren't you? Oh yeah, you are, you are our half-brother. We don't really, I think this may not be like well known, but I think maybe we do know about this. So we will, we're going to give him a title just to kind of keep this character, you know, in the rotation of characters, you know, named characters. So yeah, we'll give you the county of Cosenza. So he is of the house of Fitz-Eugenia. Fair enough. Good Seculo Norman lad. And there we go. Let's put him underneath our brother as well. So we will grant him a vassal. There we go. And that should be that. Now, let's bring our forces to bear in Iberia here. So we've already got the Knights Hospitaller heading there, and now we will send the rest of our forces as well. So I don't think that this is going to be a difficult war, but we shall see. It depends on how many enemy rulers come to the table. They do have a lot of troops, but as you can see, so do we. We are going to probably pick up some better supply capacity because attrition is pretty frustrating to deal with a lot of the time, so. Oh, we have a claim on the Grand City of Pisa. Ha! That is interesting. That is very interesting. The enemy's blunder resulted in a claim. Huh. Well, we might have to, we might have to use that. They don't really seem like they've got too much going for them. They're in a war with Firenze. But, yeah, we'll deal with that afterwards. Looks like we've got our troops here, and they're ready to go to war. Let's gather everybody up in Valencia. There we go. Ooh, okay, so there's a lot of them there. You know, if we head here, I think we can take the advantage because we will be defending in our own lands now. They've got a lot of troops to bear, but if our allies come in, I think we've got a pretty good chance here. So let's see. Yeah, and we've got way more knights. Well, currently we'll see how many they have here. This could go against us. We'll have to see. We do have 4,000 allies coming in as well. Oh yeah, I think we've got this one. Yeah, the enemy forces are retreating, and it shouldn't be much of a battle here left as our knights lay waste to them. Tinsender, our trusty mayor, a renowned trainer, has approached me after hearing rumors of my mighty mare and offers his services. All I ask in return is a small compensation. She needs to be stronger, more swift. I think make her stronger. That seems like a good idea for a war horse. Let us take back our lands. We'll siege these down. Hopefully our allies will go out and siege the other counties nearby. As you can see, our war horse is much stronger, better prowess, better prestige, and 10% levy size. Holy crap. People just love our horse and are signing up to join the army in droves. I mean, it's a peasant force, but you guys know what I mean. People just want to be fighting for King Tancred. Can't blame him. He is a great leader. Though, little do they know he would willingly sacrifice their lives without a second thought. So take that as you will. So while this goes on, really, you know, this is King Tancred's kind of element, fighting these wars, and I think this is what he lives for, really, is managing this element of being a ruler. Oh, our acquaintance Fulk died. Oh, I totally forgot about this. I had meant to send him into exile. Duke Fulk, as you'll remember, in the last episode, had tried to kidnap us, and so we threw him in the dungeon, and well, he died while he was in there. That seems like a fitting punishment, honestly. His son, Duke Torf, now has taken over, and I think we will perhaps try to bring him up ourselves in order to prevent... Ooh, but he will not accept that unless perhaps we... could we gift him an artifact? I'm pretty sure we have... Yeah, here you go. You can have this, like, toy horse, or toy warrior. There we go. 5 more opinion of us. Let's see if he'll accept our guardianship now. To convert culture, he will. There we go. So we'll have a Seculo Norman ruler here in Barcelona. So there we go. A little politicking on behalf of King Tancred. We do need to fill out a couple new positions here. So perhaps Duchess Dominga of Corsica? Yeah, I think that seems like you seem capable enough. Another capable woman on the council. I have no problems with that. And our best option for a spy master is Grand Mayor Ida. And you know what? Why don't we do that? So we have a council that is made up largely of women, and as some people pointed out, the women of Sardinia have really been an influential force, especially from the reign of Queen Fredesende onwards. We've had some powerful women in the kingdom, and if possible, we will try to let that influence the way our culture develops and the way that our kingdom develops as well. Because I think that is an interesting thing to consider, because these women certainly would be having a lot of influence, not just on the court, but on society as well. So we'll see how that plays out. But we do need to continue this war. We're probably going to split up our armies here so that we can take down a few different counties at the same time. We'll just have to keep an eye out to make sure that we don't get ambushed by their own armies. We could commission something. She wants to go to Western Europe. She's a master. 81? I think we can afford it. We are losing money pretty quickly, but we should get some money from the sieges. So let's see how that plays out. Something going on at court too. Colorful talent. I find my son Jordan sitting on the floor, surrounded by spilled paint and pieces of canvas for the 3rd time this month. Courtiers whisper about him being an artistic genius in the making, but the servants complain about scrubbing the floors free of paint in the wake of his inspirations. His genius, I think, will be nurtured. Yeah, no way that we are going to side with our, simple servants against our own son. Yeah, no, his genius will certainly be nurtured. He does need a guardian, so we will educate him ourselves as well. I do want to educate him, perhaps in war, just like we were educated. So there we go. Anything else here? Prisoners can be ransomed. Ooh, you know what? There we go. This will solve our money problems. We do have a rival here. I don't... You know what? I don't want to give up my rival. So there you go. As you can see, the sieges are well on their way. And as is Berta's journey, I want to possess something truly unique. I trust her instincts. Let's just see what she brings for us. Looks like they're trying to siege down the islands of Majorca here with a massive army. Oh my, they're gonna... The attrition's gonna be killer on them. But we will siege down their heartland, and that should serve things much better. Berta sends us a message. We have been sailing up rivers and around winding hills after a drought. The locals told us the river we traveled dried up ahead of our vessel. Instead of giving up or turning back, we attempted the impossible. I commanded my crew to start building a track and pulley system. We started dragging our boat across the land towards the next river. It sailed in a sea of grass and daisies. You can probably imagine what I did next. The locals took pity and gave you a new boat at a discount. No, I think that we will let this this martial challenge go. Pretty good chance. Ooh, what? I thought that said 75 if it didn't work. Not 275. Oh, now we are significantly in debt. Crap. Okay, well, we're gonna have to ransom out our... I misread that. I thought that said 75 if that didn't work out. Ooh, we're gonna need that money. All right. After my army sets up camp, I hear a commotion coming from my night's lodging. Investigating the disturbance, I find Hugh de Lecce and our son, Prince Adamar, in the middle of a heated argument while several onlookers edge them on. Well, I'm not going to have my son whipped for delinquency. Deliver a speech about unity to the crowd? Or we could go to our own tent. You know what? I think that we will... I mean, I don't think that we would have our own son whipped. You know what? I think maybe this our little bit of cowardice comes in and we kind of just ignore this. I think that's what we do there. Oh, empty council position. The Duchess of Corsica... What happened to her? Did she die? Let's look at this title here. History. She was ousted from her installed by faction demand. Well, that's unfortunate for her, I suppose, but let's see who then will take over that council position. I suppose it will be the man who ousted her from her position. I suppose not everybody is comfortable with the influence of the women on the council. That's, you know, their issue. Unfortunately, we couldn't stop it in that case, but hopefully things will continue to move smoothly forward. Who else are we fighting here? Well, we've got the Massinicids. Yeah, but I don't want to send all my troops all the way over there. I kind of want to see if they're going to come back and attempt to siege us down here. I want to grab some more supplies as well. Oh yeah, look, they're heading up here. Traveler claiming to be employed under my beneficiary Berta is brought before me, carrying a message from the adventurer. Fear not, my great lord, for Berta is in good health. I bring you news of the possibility to fund an even greater... No, we do not have the funds for that. We can barely keep our armies paid for. And we are in the midst of a war. So let's try to get this siege done here. and then one last battle to stop them from taking Barcelona. Looks like we should have this siege done pretty quick, and then all of these forces will just head straight over to Barcelona, or they would have had we not finished them off here. And now looks like we could ransom, perhaps we could ransom you for a decent amount of money. You're not counting towards the war score. There we go. And yeah, let's enforce our demand. So he's going to pay us a ton of money. This will fix our problems with debt. We get a bunch of prestige, and I think that they now know who is the boss here in Iberia, and that is definitely us. So, I don't know what you guys think about that, but I would say that that was pretty handily handled there with the two wars going very smoothly. As you can see here, the Pope is actually in a battle, in a war against Cephalonia, and is losing here, which is kind of an interesting predicament for them. And we are just in time to press Queen Emeliane's claims on the Kingdom of Sicily. If young King Gervas here had turned 16, we would probably not be able to do this. But since he is still a minor, we can. So we will raise all of our troops here. And this shouldn't be too bad. We are going to install our wife as the Queen of Sicily. Because that is the way it should be. And that wasn't much of a battle, honestly. Let's just siege this down. And basically, yeah, a constant state of war under King Tancred, but he does it in a way that is well managed, and we'll see if this comes around to bite him later on, but for now, things do seem to be going his way. We took Prince Jordan out playing with a bow, and to my surprise, he ran into a wounded doe. Could make him paranoid. Oh no, let's make him ambitious. Yeah, well, I think we want ambitious sons. He looks like he's gonna be an ambitious young man. There's a commotion among the children today. Tomas was attempting to preach to his fellow youngsters and became the target of a small fight. Duke Torf intervened and managed to stop the fight right before anybody got hurt. You know what? I think it would be good for him to be calm. I think that's a good trait for a young man of his leanings. There we go. Well, that wasn't much of a war, really. The Sicilians didn't have much of a chance to stop us from pressing our wife's claims. Even with the Aquitanians coming in, they were too late. I'm sorry, Prince Gervas. You can retain the title of prince, but you are no longer the King of Sicily. Indeed, we are technically the King of Sicily, as our wife is the queen of it. So I think we all know who calls the shots here in southern Italy, and it is definitely the Drengos, no longer the Hotfills. So that her titles are going to pass down to our eldest son as well. But we'll see how that plays out. I imagine when King Tancred dies, because we have 3 sons, I imagine that we're probably going to split the kingdom up. It's probably going to split in 3, actually, due to the fact that we will have essentially 3 kingdoms. We'll have The Kingdom of Valencia here, which will probably get all of these territories. The Kingdom of Sardinia, which will probably get all of these territories. And then the Kingdom of Sicily, which will get these territories here. I suspect that's the way that it's going to end up. Just going to go here and take Organized March. So even though the mechanics are going to give Corneliu the title of Sicily, I think we'll go in and fix that up so that that title goes to Prince Jordan. Because I think that makes more sense. In medieval times, it was common for the sons to have those titles split equally, and that's essentially what the successions laws we have. It's just a mechanical thing that the wife's title here will pass to the eldest son. So we'll probably do something about that when it happens. So there we go. Obviously, we have an alliance with our wife, so I'm not too concerned about any threats here to Sicily. We also gained a bunch of money here. Overall, things are going extremely well. And our daughter, Princess Sophia, can now marry Prince Adalbert of Burgundy. So that's good. Yeah, that is very good. And now we have an alliance with the Kingdom of Burgundy. There we go. That's what we were looking for. Because that is a powerful alliance. My vassal Count Simuni looks to send her up and down, nods approvingly. It is a mighty fine mare you have there, my king. I would be grateful if I could take it for a ride. I can't remember. Was this the guy who... No, this wasn't the guy who tried to kidnap us along with the Duke, but nobody rides our horse but us. We can hire... Oh man, another inspired person. He wants to make a box. Alright, I'll accept a box. We've got money to spend, why not? Unfortunately, we couldn't get Pisa. It is now under a Veronese rule. So that is a little bit unfortunate, but we may be able to take that. I'm not looking to... Oh, I thought we had an alliance with you. We did have an alliance with them before. Our claims. We could get the claim on pizza. Ooh, they've got an alliance with... not a strong one. They were our allies, but then I remember, yes, they did have a ruler change, I believe. So... Do we take Pisa? Another war already? 5,000 troops versus our... let's let our troops build back up a little bit. Disturbing reports from Logaduro. A mysterious ship has been spotted floating in the sky. That sounds suspicious. Along the far horizon in several areas by the coast. The few ships that tried to approach it could never reach it, and it does not fly the flag or banner of any known peoples or realms. Wherever it is spotted, locals report hearing strange whistling noises like faint, screeching, wailing wind in the night for several weeks afterward. Alarming apparitions. A lot of ghostly stuff happening here in Sardinia. I don't know if you've been noticing that throughout the campaign. We will do a little bit of upgrading to our counties, perhaps. Let's slide this to the side. Maybe do some military camps here. You know, if we've got money, we might as well spend money. Right. Perhaps... Okay, well, there we go. That's all our money that we got for now. I can hear my knight Balaz muttering to himself from across the hall. Who are you? A Hungarian Catholic. Oh, he's the guy who's making the box. I see. I need something great, something epic to make my creation stand out from the uninspired masses. But what? Just what? My lord, what an amazing idea. Just perfect. What do you think of adding your family motto to it? I don't see why not. Endurance without wanting. That is a good family motto. Sounds lovely. Put it on. Have it done. And now we can hold court. So let us do so while we take this time to rest between the wars. And let us see what petitioners have to bring to their king. A peasant man stands before me, informing the court of his plea. The recent war took a toll on the countryside, and we're not sure who the culprit was, but they looted an important cultural site to us Andalusians from Valencia. Please, we beseech you, spare some of your resources so we can see it restored. It's a lot of money. Holdings of Valencia get... I do want to increase the cultural acceptance. We are making enough money. So even if we go a little bit in debt, I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem. So we will fund the reconstruction. One of my guards approaches with my knight Joffre in chains. What did you do? Joffre de Tarragona. Caught him here in the process of sending sensitive information to foreign spies in Hamadid. I forgive once, do not betray again. Oh, I don't know. No, that's, you know what, we are forgiving, but I don't think that it's just like everybody gets a free pass. I think that sending sensitive information to our direct enemies, that requires execution. Mayor Gerbert comes forward, proceeding with marked caution. Your Grace, the city of Murviedro grows rich by our burghers' dealings with the trading ships, which ply the havens along Sardinia's coast. We have made our own town, and you, prosperous, and deserve greater influence over Valencia. Valencia is yours to rule. Ugh, I don't know about that. You ask too much, there must be some other way. You know what, I think that, yeah, we have plans for the County of Valencia, but unfortunately we failed to make any grounds with them in trying to negotiate another deal. So, a bit of a mixed bag holding court there, but such is as it is. As our order of holy knights need more land, the barony of Monaco is perfectly suited. Holy, they're gonna pay 750? Yep. Yeah, you can have Monaco. I do not see why not. We will take that deal. Guilt and shame have been plaguing me as of late. All of my sins, flaws, my failings. These dark thoughts distract me from my responsibilities. Oh, I will drink until these thoughts are gone. Well, we are already somebody who does drink. So yeah, maybe we'll go on a little bit of a drinking binge. That might prevent us from enacting our plans as smoothly as we might have hoped. But we will have to deal with that in the next episode. As always, to appreciate all of you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let me know what you think in the comments about what our next step should be. Should we go after the Veronese and try to take Pisa? Or should we get some revenge upon the Tahirids and kind of continue the Iberian expansion here? Or should we build up our forces and attempt to go against the Byzantines once more? There may be other options as well. Let me know. As always, I would like to thank everybody supporting the channel over on Patreon. Greatly appreciate it as well. If you do want to join the Patreon, there is a link in the description below. along with a link to the Discord channel where you can talk about all sorts of things relating to this series and the Stiarna series and basically anything else. So, thank you guys for joining me. Until the next time, I have been Stray. You have all been absolutely wonderful, and I will see you in the next episode.